Hey guys, welcome back. It's definitely been a while since the last video. Thank you to those who commented on the previous one. It motivated me to wrap this series up. If you're watching for the first time, then I would assume you've already initiated your application and completed the steps that I've shown in the first video. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. So let's log in back into our accounts and click on view my applications, and then just go to your application that you have set up. And the first form on the dashboard is of course the IMM 0008, and that's called the generic application form for Canada. So everything you need to know is on this guide called IMM 5289, which you should certainly read and not just go by what others say, including me. Always do your own research based on your situation. Anyway, my aim is to show you what I've done since I've already submitted this application, and of course the goal is to save you time. Let's begin this form. And once we do that, it will just give us some basic information. It will tell us what information that we need to fill out. So we can just click continue here. And the correspondence will of course be in English. Interview will also be in English, and interpreter would be, I would assume, no for most of us. And you can just select where do you plan to live here once you are in the country. So for me it would be Vancouver. So your personal details will already be filled out here based on what you inputted during setting up your profile. So since we already filled in our names, it's in here. It asked, have you ever used any other name? So no. So you can find your UCI either on your visa stamp on your passport or your study permit. And let's just look at that here. So on your visa stamp, it would be this number right here, or even your work permit, your information, your UCI number would be here. And you can also find it in your biometrics instructions letter, which would be here. So just enter it in as per whatever it is. Physical characteristics, again, straightforward. For your birth information, enter it as per your passport. So for me it was Pune, Maharashtra, and your country of birth. And for your citizenship, again, select the country you're a citizen of, so India, and you can select second country if that's applicable to you, and current country of residence. Of course, since it's an inland sponsorship, it should be Canada. And your status. So for me, it's worker since I'm on a work permit. So just enter the date your document is valid from and whenever it expires. So mine was around 2021, April 2, 2025. Should be up here. Date and place of your last entry to Canada. Just enter the date you landed back on. I don't think they stamp the passports anymore, so just take a look at your tickets or take a look at your phone photos and see if you have any photos from that day or any messages from around the time you think you landed back in, and just enter that date. So for me it was 2022. And place, of course, whatever city you landed in. So for previous countries of residence, you should only fill this if you have visited other countries besides your country of citizenship. So in this case, for me, India will not count. And if you have lived in the other country for 6 months in total, not just in a row. So for example, if I visited the US over the last 5 years multiple times, and if I combine the duration of all those multiple times and they were equal to 6 months or more, then I would select yes here. And fill in the additional information that's asked, but for the sake of this application, let's select no and move on. Marital status, of course, select married and the date on which you got married, and of course it should match the document that you will be submitting later. So for me it was 2022 December 17, and provide the name of your spouse as per the passport. So in the family name it will be the last name, and given name would be first name and middle name. And have you ever previously been in a relationship or married or in a common law relationship? So no, and then save and continue. So your contact information, it will be pre-filled from what the information we have filled during the profile. For telephone number, it's not mandatory. You can enter this information if you'd like to. And do you want us to contact you using email address? Of course, yes, since they will be sending us updates on the email ID. For your passport information, just enter your details as per your passport, save and continue. For a national identity document, I have personally always in all my applications selected yes, and just entered the same details as per the passport. But if you'd like to enter details from another document, then you can do that. The only issue you might face is that document might not have an expiry date. In that case, what you can do is just enter this date, since it's mentioned on the official IRCC website. For documents that do not have an expiry date, you can just enter this date and save and continue. For education, I entered postgraduate no degree, since I didn't do a postgraduate diploma year. And for number of years of education, for 17, since I did 8 years of primary school, 4 years of secondary, 3 years for bachelor's, and then 2 years of diploma in Canada. So that would be 17 in total. And for current occupation, you can either write employed, unemployed, or you can write your job title. In my case, I wrote employed and intended occupation, search engine marketing, since that's what I've been doing. For your language detail, just enter your native language, mother tongue. So I selected Hindi. Are you able to communicate in English or French? So English, yes. And have you taken a test from a testing agency? So in the case of spousal sponsorship, it's not mandatory, so no. And in the end, it does say you must provide details of each of your family members, whether they will come with you to Canada or not. You must include your spouse, common law partner, all of your dependent children, and those of your spouse or common law partner who are not already permanent residents of Canada. So in my case, my wife was already a permanent resident, so it wasn't applicable, and we did not have any dependent children. And for the sake of this application, we'd assume most of us do not. And so in that case, that's about it for this form. You could just click complete and return to application, and IIM 0008 should be completed, and you can move on to the next form, which is for additional family information.